Imagine reaching for the stars, only to have them violently ripped away. What if one moment could change the course of your entire life? This is the heart-wrenching story of Prichard Colón, a rising boxing star whose world was turned upside down in the blink of an eye. Prepare yourself for a tale of ambition, betrayal, and the cruel hand of fate that will leave you questioning the very nature of sport and justice. Before we dive into the fateful night that changed everything, let's paint a picture of the man at the center of our story. Prichard Colón wasn't just another face in the crowd of aspiring boxers. He was a beacon of hope, a shining example of what dedication and talent could achieve. Born and raised in the vibrant island of Puerto Rico, Colón grew up with boxing in his blood. From a young age, he showed a natural affinity for the sport, dancing around opponents with a grace that belied his power. As he rose through the ranks, fans and critics alike couldn't help but be captivated by his infectious smile and unwavering positivity. "My name is P. Colón, I'm 20 years old, and I'm a pro boxer out of Orocovis, Puerto Rico," he once declared with pride, his eyes gleaming with the promise of greatness. Little did he know that fate had other plans in store. October 2015. The air was thick with anticipation as Prichard Colón stepped into the ring to face Terrell Williams. It was supposed to be another stepping stone on his path to glory. Instead, it became the beginning of a nightmare. From the opening bell, something felt off. Williams, seemingly unable to match Colón's skill with legal tactics, resorted to a darker strategy. Again and again, he landed punches to the back of Colón's head, a move strictly forbidden in boxing due to its potential for catastrophic injury. Picture this: a gladiatorial arena where two warriors clash, but one wields a hidden dagger. That was Williams, exploiting a referee's blindness to strike at Colón's most vulnerable point. With each illegal blow, the Puerto Rican star's future dimmed a little more. In any other scenario, the referee would have been Colón's protector. But on this night, the very person meant to ensure fair play became an unwitting accomplice to Williams's dirty tactics. Despite Colón's desperate pleas and obvious distress, the referee turned a blind eye to the illegal blows raining down on the back of his head. It's a chilling reminder of how quickly the systems we trust can fail us. Imagine playing a game where the rules suddenly change, but only for your opponent. That was Colón's reality in those fateful moments. As the final bell rang, Colón's world began to crumble. The symptoms of severe brain trauma set in with terrifying speed: dizziness, vomiting, loss of balance. Within hours, the once vibrant boxer was fighting for his life in a hospital bed. For 6 long months, Colón lay in a coma, his family and fans praying for a miracle. When he finally opened his eyes, it was clear that the Prichard they knew was gone. The dancing feet that once dazzled in the ring were now confined to a wheelchair. The quick wit and beaming smile were replaced by struggles with basic communication. In the blink of an eye, a promising career and a young man's dreams were shattered. But the story doesn't end there. Prichard Colón's tragedy sent shockwaves through the boxing world. It forced the sport to confront an uncomfortable truth: that its rules and enforcement were not enough to protect its athletes from life-altering harm. In response, the boxing community rallied. New, stricter regulations were put in place regarding blows to the back of the head. These rules, fittingly named after Colón, serve as a grim reminder of the price paid for their necessity. But it begs the question: how many more athletes must suffer before we truly prioritize their safety over spectacle? In the aftermath of the fight, Colón's family sought justice through the legal system. They filed lawsuits against those they believed responsible for Prichard's condition. Yet in a twist that feels almost cruel, neither the referee nor Terrell Williams faced any significant consequences for their roles in the incident. It's a stark reminder of how difficult it can be to find accountability in professional sports. When careers and millions of dollars are on the line, where do we draw the line between competitive edge and criminal negligence? While the courts may not have provided satisfaction, fate had its own plans for Terrell Williams. In a twist that seems almost scripted, Williams found himself facing Thomas Dulorme, a fellow Puerto Rican boxer with vengeance on his mind. From the opening bell, it was clear this was more than just a fight for Dulorme. Every punch seemed to carry the weight of an entire nation's anger. Williams, perhaps sensing the karmic retribution heading his way, attempted to resort to his old tricks. But Dulorme was prepared, protecting the back of his head and denying Williams his dirty advantage. As the fight progressed, it became a one-sided affair. Dulorme dominated, eventually knocking Williams down and securing a unanimous decision victory. It wasn't just a win, it was a statement. A message that while the system might fail, the boxing community looks after its own. Prichard Colón's story forces us to confront uncomfortable questions about the nature of combat sports. Where do we draw the line between entertainment and exploitation? How much risk is too much when young athletes put their bodies and futures on the line for our entertainment? It's easy to get caught up in the excitement of a boxing match, to cheer for knockouts and celebrate displays of power. But Colón's tragedy reminds us of the very real human beings behind those gloves. Each punch, legal or not, carries with it the potential to alter a life forever. Perhaps the most chilling aspect of this story is how quickly it could happen to anyone. One moment of negligence, one overlooked infraction, and a promising future can vanish in an instant. Today, Prichard Colón's name is synonymous with both tragedy and resilience in the boxing world. His story has become a rallying cry for better safety measures and stricter enforcement of rules. While he may never step into the ring again, his impact on the sport may end up being far greater than any title he could have won. Colón's family continues to advocate for his care and for reforms in the sport. Their unwavering dedication serves as a powerful reminder of the human cost behind every sporting spectacle. As we close the chapter on Prichard Colón's story, we're left with more questions than answers. It challenges us to look beyond the surface of our favorite sports and consider the true price of entertainment. What can we as fans do to ensure that athletes are protected? How can we support reforms that prioritize safety without diminishing the spirit of competition? Perhaps most importantly, how can we honor Prichard Colón's sacrifice by working towards a future where such tragedies are truly preventable? The next time you watch a boxing match, take a moment to remember Prichard Colón. Let his story be a reminder of the courage, the dreams, and the vulnerability behind every athlete who steps into the ring. And as we look to the future of boxing and all combat sports, let's carry forward a simple yet powerful message. The true measure of a sport isn't just in its excitement, but in how it protects and values the very athletes who make it possible. If this story has moved you, consider sharing it with others. Together, we can raise awareness and push for positive change in the world of sports. And don't forget to subscribe for more thought-provoking stories that challenge us to look deeper into the games we love.